It was just a hack. Check one, check two. Check one, check two, we're live. Live. Cyber attack. They've got your back. Another cyber attack. In the copyright world of mine. Hey, this content is mine. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today's August 13th in the year 2024. My name is Marcus Conte. This is the Morning Report. I need my hand. There it is. Hi, everybody. I'm going to learn how to play guitar with one hand. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Cyber attack. Cyber attack. Welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday to this kind of report. Oh man, what a day! So the big cyber hack attack. The big meeting between the two minds, Donald Trump and Elon Musk, was last night at 8 o'clock. And it turns out it didn't start till about 8:30. And Elon Musk has said that it was a hack attack. Right? Somebody jammed the door. Right? It's the equivalent of a cyber jamming the door for people to get in. So they couldn't start the meeting for a half hour later. But they got over 1 million people sitting in Donald Trump's space. 1 million people for a political rally. I would probably estimate 5 or 10 times that number watching or watching the replay, because it wasn't fascinating in a sense. Elon Musk came in it was just more of a chat. It was no video. It was just two people talking on the phone. And it looks like Elon Musk didn't really prepare any prepared questions. I think that's how he wanted it to go. Elon Musk thinks he's Joe Rogan now. He doesn't really have that skill. And it seemed like it just caused Trump to talk, a lot. Like, just keep talking. Right? It was that uneasy talking that was going on, because I think that stemmed from the questions. You're not given specific questions, so it becomes a ramble. Right? That's what happens. And but Elon Musk is crying foul. He's saying that the shit was hacked. That somebody, some big person, big entity, tried to block people from hearing Trump Musk speak last night. Now, I don't know how true it is. The only one reporting it is Elon Musk. But then again, Elon Musk gave us the Twitter files and told us all about how the FBI had infiltrated Twitter. So why shouldn't we believe the great Elon Musk right now? So based on that evidence, Elon Musk's own testimony, Twitter, now X, got hacked yesterday for the Trump interview. And it did go off. It went off about a half an hour later. And they talked about all kinds of stuff. It wasn't, again, it wasn't really a fascinating talk. But anyway, that's what happened. Also, breaking news, if you haven't heard, meat, right? The kind of meat that's found in those little fluffy animals that run around on the planet alongside of us. When you kill them and tear their bodies apart, you have meat. And it turns out, not for the first time, but it definitely is now becoming more known that this causes diabetes. When you eat this product, this meat, it has a higher percentage of contracting type 2 diabetes, the type of diabetes that sets in later in life, as opposed to the one you're born with. So again, here's more evidence on the table that diabetes type 2 is 100% preventable once we blamed sugar and sugar alone. Look at all those sugary foods people eat. Look at that soda. Look at that candy. Right? So it turns out meat is equally the culprit. So look at that. And what else? But Donald Trump is coming back to Pennsylvania, to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton area. Again, he was just over there in Butler, where he got his face almost blown off. Then he moved over to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where it was a pretty good showing. 20, 30,000 people showed up. But now he's moving closer north to the border, where it borders New York. And now we have Trump coming to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton on Saturday, August 17th, right around the corner, this coming Saturday. And I got to tell you, I'm a little disappointed. I tried to get press credential. Not that I really want to go up and sit with press anyway. I just want to get in. I don't want to wait online. I don't want to wait 2 hours in the fucking sun. I want to walk in. I just want to walk in and see it and walk out. But I couldn't get press credentials. I don't know why. I got censored out, I guess. They don't know who I am. Nobody knows who I am. And, there was also other censorship. Yesterday's program, if the Olympics wants people to see the Olympics and enjoy those Olympics and talk about those Olympics, they should stop fucking censoring their content when it leaks out and gets out on places like YouTube so that we could see it. Like the Sha'Carri Richardson clip yesterday was censored because, I don't know, I showed clips of the girl winning the race and it was blocked. Yesterday's video got blocked by YouTube because the Olympics said so. This shit is shady, right? Can't get a press credential. And YouTube's still censoring away, right? Now, that is a form of censorship. I don't know that. Why all of a sudden the Olympics is being censored? It's fucking stupid, right? It's a way to prevent people from seeing perhaps what else I said. Here's someone that they perceive as alt-right now talking positively about 4 black women winning a fucking trophy at the Olympics. I don't know what the answer is, but censoring out the Olympics on YouTube, it just sounds ridiculous to me. So why would somebody do it unless they had some alternative agenda? So I'll show you that. I'll show you the evidence of the block. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Born Vicarious in the house. What's up, Born? Weevil Girl in the house. Born Vicarious is also having his censorship problems. And so is William R. Hall. William got, I don't know, fucking, what is it with people? What is it with YouTube that causes them to censor people like that? Why are you doing that? This is your audience. These are the people that come to enjoy the fucking, the weather here in YouTube. But they censor you out. I don't understand. I don't see the logic behind that. Why are you attacking people from speaking, right? This is election season. Cyber hacks are real. Elon Musk is confirming that the ability to jam a stream is very real. It's not hypothetical, theoretical. It's a practice that YouTube is doing. And what triggers it, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I really don't know the answer to that. It's my thumbnail today. Meat and Elon Musk and Trump being censored or being almost hacked. And this channel itself being blocked. So we'll talk about these fine subjects. My name is Marcus Conte. This is the Morning Report. We're live every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here in the great United States of America. Monday through Thursday. And you get your white privilege out of here, please. Get your white privilege out of here. Get your white privilege out of here. White privilege. Get your white privilege out of here. It's a case, by the way. Real case if you're new to the program. Marcus Conte versus the Brooklyn Hospital Center and the great Joshua Wright. We're going to take them to the mat. I hope we don't get cyber hacked. This hearing, New York State Division of Human Rights hearings, I'm a little concerned with the date. November 4 and 5, that's the day before Election Day and Election Day. What's the chances of getting cyber hacked and jammed in the great state of Pennsylvania a day before the election? Probably very high. Maybe that's why it was placed there 4 and 5, that there won't be any hearing because we'll be blocked and banned and boogered. I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I really don't. I have no fucking clue about anything other than that it's 9/11 on August 13th in the year 2024. So Marcus Conte reporting on himself, media request status. So I applied for media request first time. I don't. It's not something that I ever did. I usually just walk into the rally and hide amongst the people. Right? I've never sat with press because it's boring. Why are you sitting up in a box with a bunch of movie cameras, a bunch of TV cameras? There's no action there. It's just cameras, people taking pictures. Which is nice to watch what they're doing, from home. But nobody needs to be up in that press booth. But it does get you in the door sooner, and you're free to roam around once you're inside. But I was denied. You could see it, status. Marcus Conte, political video commentator, news reporter, denied. And I live, 5 minutes, 10 minutes away. 10 minutes, more than that. I live more closer to Scranton, but Wilkes-Barre is very, very close to where I am. So I'll be at the rally. It's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. This coming Saturday. Doors open at 12 p.m. There'll probably be a huge overflow crowd. Mohegan Sun Arena. Never been there. It'll be the first time. Been there, and check it out. Check it out. All the Trump people. And so here it is, blocked. Yesterday's video blocked. No one can view this video due to reasons. I don't know. Oh, they give you the help menu. Right? None of this ever works. And so the blocker was Paris Day 15 Olympics, NBC U. Olympic sports, primetime Paris. It's blocked, right? Nobody can see the video because I played pieces of the women's 4x100 and talked about it as a political commentator, as a news commentator, all official, all within the realm of usability. When if you want to be a reporter, you can simply report on something as long as you're in the frame, like I am right now. I'm in your frame, and I'm talking about something, right? Therefore, it's news. Right? I'm not. It's original. Right? It's always authentic because no one knows what I'm going to say in conjunction to what I'm looking at. So, so that's where we are right now. Whether it's big tech using the Olympics as an excuse to block people, I don't know. But definitely happening. In a lighter note, look at this. 4,000 years ago, Babylonian tablets finally deciphered and reveal alarming predictions. Oh, how about that? 4,000-year-old tablet, right, in Babylonia. Right, it's Iran. Right? That's where Iran used to be, or is. So Babylonia used to be in where Iran is now. And it shows a lot of death of kings and downfalls. Putting all of what it says aside, what I find fascinating is that this is a form of fortune telling that was done 400 years ago. And it took about that long to figure out what the hell they were saying. But how did they get to this prophecy is fascinating. They use lunar eclipse. Right? They used a lunar eclipse. Babylonians analyzed the eclipses by time of night, movement of shadow, duration, and dates, which they then used to predict different happenings, according to the study. So, new piece of evidence 4,000 years ago. This is a full 2,000 years before Christ, a full 1,500 years before Buddha. And there they were making these wild predictions based on planetary position. Right? They were able to tell exactly when the eclipse would happen with no machinery, no computers, no nothing. They just know, oh, there's the eclipse. It's going to be tonight. We know. We wrote it down before. So it is fascinating, right? Is it true? Can you predict the future looking at the sun and the moon? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything anymore. I do know that enlightened beings, people who concentrated intensely, not looking at the stars, but looking within themselves, have been able to reveal amazing things about humanity from looking inward. And then they a lot of them did plant that information outward. For example, the Buddha said, when he saw the morning star, he knew he was enlightened. In other words, his enlightenment had been placed into that article, into that object, so that when someone else comes along and sees it and hears what the Buddha may have said about it, they too will realize that this is what enlightenment is, since it can't be defined. So, but the point is that it was a use of planetary position. Right? And it's a beautiful thing to see. If you've never seen the morning star in the winter months, like the late fall, winter, and you go outside and it's cold, maybe snowing, and you see the morning star pop up in the east, it comes up in the east. Beautiful, beautiful. So anyway, so you want to prevent diabetes? Diabetes, what a killer. What is diabetes? Diabetes is essentially your pancreas. We all have one, right? We have a pancreas. We have one of them. And it produces insulin. Makes insulin. A lot of people think you have to get injected with insulin. But the body produces it easily. The pancreas does. And it's used to cut down sugar in the blood to help absorb that sugar into the cells of the body. And when the body stops producing that insulin, or sometimes it produces insulin and the insulin doesn't work, you have to reinforce it or change something. And that is the definition of type 2 diabetes. And so they're saying now, diet. It's almost ridiculous to say this. Like, oh, new studies show that diet can affect your medical condition. Of course it can. It's what you are, what you eat. Why is that in any way surprising? Right? We've known this for centuries, right? A little food, a little exercise, and you can live a long time, right? Don't overdo it, right? So it was once believed that highly processed foods were the principal cause of diabetes, adult onset, type 2. But it turns out the great minds at Harvard have said that red meat increases the risk of type 2 diabetes. A significant link between meat and type 2 diabetes. This is not going to be popular amongst the fast food chains. Iron is essential for making red blood cells, supporting our immune system and producing hormones. We get it through our diet in two forms, hem and non-hem iron. Whatever. There's iron from vegetables and there's iron from meat, right? The iron from meat is the one that gives you fucking diabetes. The iron from vegetables is the one that makes it go away, I think. I think that's what they're saying. I don't have any water today. I forgot my water downstairs. I'm not going to run and get it. I'm just going to go without water, man. I'm fucking dying here. They found that those with the greatest intake of hem iron, which is in meat, poultry, seafood, and easily absorbed by the body, had a, quote, 26% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes than those in the lowest consumption group. All right, so evidence from the great minds of Harvard to suggest that you got a 25% higher chance of getting and or contracting or developing type 2 diabetes if you eat meat. Right? And you could add if you wash that meat down with a extra large Slurpee or fucking supersized Coke, and an apple turnover, and maybe a cup of coffee to wash it down to keep you up all night because you just ate that garbage that put you to sleep. If you increase and you fail to exercise and you're just a miserable motherfucker, I would say that your chances of catching all of these types of diseases, do yourself a favor. Right? Do yourself a favor. Go a simple vegan diet. Excuse me, I'm stuttering. Simple vegan diet. A simple vegan diet, right? Or even vegetarian diet, if you can't go all vegan. But that's it, right? Eat in the morning, wake up, eat good, eat a lot. And then one more time in the day, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock, eat again, big, right? And you're not hungry. Eat until you're not hungry anymore, right? And eat the good stuff, vegetables. I got a whole table full of tomatoes right now. I must have ate fucking, I don't know, I must have ate like 5 pounds of blueberries from my tree. And maybe now I'm probably around the same for tomatoes and cucumbers. Just keep eating that shit, man. Just keep eating it. It's good for you, right? But this research is saying that don't eat the animal. Don't eat the poor cow. What did the cow do to deserve to get on your fork, right? Right? Go hang out with cows and you'll see what I mean, right? Have you ever met a cow that you didn't like? They're beautiful. They're congenial. They're friendly. They're loving. They're almost, I would say, human. Stop eating them. Right? And this is your punishment, by the way. This is karmic punishment. If you eat this animal, you will get fucking cancer up your ass, or lung cancer, they're saying. Pancreatic, lung, colorectal. Right? So by again, not eating the meat, there's 25% chance goes down. Don't eat junk food, there's another 25% chance. Right? And you'll be fine, right? You'll live better, you'll live happier. You'll come alive, right? When you don't eat garbage, when you stop eating these things, caffeine, nicotine, smoking is a killer. Smoking is I got to tell you, man, tobacco. My little experience of growing it and smoking even a little bit of it was bad. Right? It gets to the point where it's not. You can't breathe. Right? Tobacco has a way of clogging up the fucking lungs. Right? It gets in the way of air and oxygen crossing in. Right? And there's no doubt about it that it has a detrimental effect. Right? So why bother? Is the joy of smoking, worth it? Right? I didn't think it was. Right? So I've stopped. I don't smoke anymore. Right? But anyway, it's not about me really. But the point is that these are not hard things to understand, and they're not newly discovered things. Right? Right? Why, when you eat the animal, it clogs your fucking heart arteries and it gives you diabetes, right? Why? It could have also to do with the violence that goes into the meat, right? No animal voluntarily gives its body to you so you can eat it, right? It's taken. Life is taken from this creature, right? And then you eat it. And you could say, well, that's survival, Conti. You're living in a bubble. You're living in another world. That's survival. Look around you. Everything is eating everything else. I understand that, but the animals is not the human's food. It's not for human consumption. That is a fellow being on the planet. And your humanity should tell you that. You should see that as a human, that yes, when I step on the grass, I may step and kill worms or bugs. Every action I take may, affect something else in a way. But we're talking about higher beings, right? Higher beings like a cow, a beautiful, congenial land creature, right? You don't have to eat that. You don't have to eat that, right? You don't have to, and you shouldn't. Right? It's not your food. So, I'll get off of that. So here's the link. Researchers identified a significant link between the heme iron found in red meat and other animal products, and risk of type 2 diabetes. All right. The study suggests that cutting down on red meat and adopting a plant-rich diet can help lower diabetes risk. And it raises concerns about the addition of heme, the vegetable iron, to increasingly popular plant-based meat alternatives. I take that back. The meat alternatives add the fucking bad iron into it. Could you imagine that? The reason most people eat a plant-based hamburger is because they think it's healthier. And it turns out they put the carcinogen, or the shit that causes diabetes, into the fake meat, and then you eat that. So you're getting a double whammy. You're eating fake meat with meat iron. Stick with the vegetables. Right? It's not hard to figure out. Tomato grows out of ground. Eat tomato. Cucumber grows out of ground. Eat cucumber. Pull carrot out of ground and eat it. It's your food. So anyway. So let's talk about Trump's rather uneventful interview with Elon Musk. I told you why I thought it was uneventful. I watched for a little while, and Elon Musk came in. The cyber hack part of it was fascinating. The first half hour that no one was speaking and you couldn't get in was fascinating. But the content of what they were talking about was it's just another Trump. 2 hours of talking, ranting. There was no specific questions. I blame Elon Musk for not at least preparing a few questions, not many, and not very specific. Just scribble down, or have someone scribble down a bunch of questions for you that are pertinent. And then every once in a while, just when you're in it, when Trump is talking for fucking 20 minutes without shutting up, ask him one of these questions, and you'll have you would have gotten a better interview. Let's listen to the report about the hack.
Just trying to shut down debate and shut it down around the world. This is chilling. Elon Musk, the boss of Tesla and Twitter, or X now, today interviewed former President Donald Trump for more than 2 hours on X, which is actually perfectly normal given that Trump is running for election again in November. But these are not normal times. And that's not just because the other candidate, Kamala Harris of the left, has refused to give one single press conference or interview with a journalist in the 3 weeks she's been the Democrats' candidate. She's an airhead and scared of being exposed. But it seems some in the left don't want voters to hear from Donald Trump either.
No.
In fact, they didn't want the world to hear him today. For a start, the interview with Elon Musk was delayed for more than half an hour when X was allegedly hit by a cyber attack, according to Musk.
We unfortunately had a massive distributed denial of service attack against our servers, and saturated all of our data lines. As this
saturated all of our data lines. Elon Musk speaks in riddles, but he's basically telling you that they were cyber hacked and there was a saturation of
data lines.
Data lines, right? So a jam. They jammed the data lines coming in. Just a side note. Champ's talking about oat milk. Right? The way to make vegetable-based milk is very, very simple. All you need is nuts or oatmeal, right? The dry oatmeal and water, right? And a blender. That's how you do it. If you have a blender and you have a 60-second fast cycle, put in cashew nuts or almonds or oatmeal or a handful, like a snowball amount of rice works, right? And you make delicious milk. It's way better than cow milk. The best I've found is cashew, right? You take cashew nuts, right? Good raw fucking whole cashew nuts, like a handful. And you can I use mint and cinnamon, right? And just put it in there, and that's all you need. You don't need any oils. There's no fucking reason to have... The nut has the oil. Right? The oil is in the nut. Right? And that's all you have to do. You don't have to, and those types of milks, I'm only touching on some of the types of milks. You can make it out of lentils and bean milk and all kinds of milk. The best I found were the ones with nuts, the cashew and the almonds. Okay, but cashew is really good.
As this massive attack illustrates, there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say.
But there was more.
There's
The
more.
Commissioner of the European Union, Thierry Breton, also wrote a letter to Musk ahead of the interview warning that the European Union now had laws against so-called misinformation on social media and could punish X for having Trump say what they didn't like.
Imagine
This
that.
commissioner said, "We are
Imagine that. They're still censoring Twitter because with Trump on it. This is still going on, right? We cannot let Trump and Musk speak. Right? This is a candidate, former president of the United States, candidate for president, right? Winning, arguably, right? And they're trying to shut him down. That is fucking unbelievable, right? You say to yourself, well, isn't it Elon Musk? Isn't he powerful? Apparently not as powerful as whoever's coming at him. Who put on the saturation hack, right? Who jammed the fucking, you don't think that Elon Musk and his technicians know how to get around that curve beforehand, right? These guys build life support systems in spacecrafts. They know what they're doing, right? They know how to set up a feed that doesn't crash. So they got hacked. I believe that totally that they got hacked. No doubt about it.
monitoring the potential risks in the EU associated with the dissemination of content that may incite violence, hate and racism, including debates and interviews in the context of elections."
Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. This is European Union commissioner, right? This guy knows what he's talking about. This guy's an idiot. This guy is a Class A jackass, Tara Breton. Right? These are bad people that don't understand speech or free speech or any of it. Right? Censoring content that deals with elections, really.
Which means that Europe can smash X with massive fines for having Trump say his piece. It can smash X for... Oh, can I smash some of us right here for having...
Miss Trex says, can a baby survive on oat juice? Yeah, a baby can survive on nuts and oats. I would say if it's a baby, I would lean on breast milk. Right? That is your food. The baby's food comes from the mother. Just like the cow, the little calf. The milk that you're drinking was intended for the calf, not you. Right? So if you stop, you don't need that as a fucking adult. The only one who drinks milk is the little calf. Right? The only one who drinks cow milk is the calf. Right? Because that's the only time the mother produces the milk. Same for humans. Right? So the human... Oh, it's so, I can't suck on my mommy's breast. Something like that, right? The shame of breastfeeding. Your milk is from mommy. And after that, you don't have any milk. Milk is not for you. Do you understand that? Do you understand that the milk, the cow's milk has never been for you? It's for the baby calf. And and again, the nutrient balances in cow milk as opposed to mother's milk are totally different. Again, and the same can be said about oat milk. This is it's an interesting subject. As a dietitian, I kind of remember a lot of these sorts of things, but this is more of I guess it runs the risk of sounding like vegan propaganda, which it really isn't. It's really about my own discovery, over time, right? My own discoveries about diet and exercise that I'm, at 60 years old, I'm trying to convey. Probably not very well, but I'm at least trying. Let's get back to this. So fucking Elon Musk and Trump got hacked. All right.
Having our say on X. Can you believe that? But in this particular case, that's Europe's political class trying to interfere with free speech and an election in the United States. And Musk's reply to that impertinent commissioner was short, sharp and rude, and justifiably rude, to F off. But even more extraordinary in some ways was to watch a senior reporter of the Washington Post, part of the White House press corps, Washington Post is of the left, seriously asked President Joe Biden's spokesman if the president would do something, anything, to shut down Trump's interview as well. And that spokesman did not once say, "Are you mad? Censoring a presidential candidate? What about free speech?" What has America come to when this is a serious exchange in the White House?
Elon Musk is slated to interview Donald Trump tonight on X. I don't know if the president is going to tune in. Feel free to say if he is or not. But I think that misinformation on Twitter is not just a campaign issue. It's an America issue.
It's an America issue? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, you fool? You moron. Why don't you do your homework? Why don't you do your homework and listen to the guy who's telling it to you, Elon Musk? Well, this is before the hack.
What role does the White House or the president have in sort of stopping that or stopping the spread of that? Or
this guy shouldn't be allowed. I don't get a press pass, but this jerk off is sitting in the White House press room. I can't get a press fucking credential for a rally out in Pennsylvania. And this guy's sitting in the White House asking stupid questions. The world is not fair. It doesn't make sense. I'll be outside eating my vegan lunch.
They're intervening in that.
You've heard us talk about this many times from here about the responsibilities that social media platforms have.
Social media responsibility. What horseshit?
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Now, that's what finally did get to air or to X. Well, the conversation between Musk and Trump was actually fairly unremarkable. They're both fans of each other. Trump talked for a long time about getting shot, about Biden and Kamala Harris letting in more than 10 million illegal immigrants, about needing the US to now finally stand strong again against hard men like Putin and Xi Jinping and Kim Jong-un. They didn't quite see eye to eye about global warming. That was interesting. And Trump did make this promise, missile defense around all America.
One of the things we're going to do is we're going to build an Iron Dome over us.
Wow.
Israel has it. We're going to have the
that's breaking news. I didn't hear that. That's Trump breaking a little news. Iron Dome.
best Iron Dome in the world. We need it, and we're going to make it all in the
best Iron Dome in the world, and we're going to make it in the United States.
United States.
Now, look, there was a bit of...
Trump just said he's going to put an Iron Dome over the United States. A fucking Iron Dome. How does that work? Is it a real Iron Dome or is it a cyber dome, right? You don't see it. But if you come near it, you could feel it, like the 5G, right? When you go by the 5G pole, you ever see the 5G poles that are all over the place? They're every 100 yards or whatever, sometimes on a highway. And you feel like you're getting zapped by electricity when you pass it. You go, oh no, fucking 5G, they're turning it up. Right? And you can feel it. You can feel the rush through your body, right? When they crank the 5G, right? So... but an Iron Dome around the globe, around America, that's fascinating, right? A dome. I think they're talking. I don't know much about it, but I think they're talking about a theoretical dome, right? A barrier, like almost an invisible membrane. If you cross this membrane, your bombs will blow up. Right? You can't get in, you can't get out. Right? So. But that's breaking news. Trump talking about the United States will have an Iron Dome around it.
The bluster from Trump, it is basically uncontroversial but informative, which is critical in an election, an interview like that. But the thought that such an interview would cause that much alarm in the left, which would cause some to try to blow up X's service to stop it.
Oh, now Australia, now you jerk-offs get it, right? Now you see the problem. Now Mr. Sky fucking News sees the problem, right? I'll tell you, Sky News Australia, when YouTube comes after you, don't come crying to me, man. We've been telling you all along that they censor here. And they're next. Sky News Australia will probably be the next on the chopping block, right? Because they have momentum.
Reporters to question, how can the president stop? It tells you everything about where we're going in the West.
Yes.
And it's one more reason that I hope Trump does win the election.
There you go,
Not
right? Right? The more you censor, the more you try to chop down the conversation, the more people want to hear it. Right? Make it hard to get. Do you think Elon Musk did that on purpose and made up the story about the cyber hack? I don't think so. I think Elon Musk is, for the most part, an honest broker. And he's telling you what happened. What happened? Why are we a half hour late? Oh, well, we had a cyber attack. We were prepared for what was coming. We were prepared to get 1 million, 2 million, 10 million. And when we started the stream, we got hacked. We got rushed by something that was abnormal, right? Something above and beyond what it should have been, aka a hack.
So much because he's fantastic.
What else we got? I could think we got one more. Let's see. More on the hack.
Well, Trump is back on Twitter. The former president posting this, quote, "Are you better off now than you were when I was president?
I don't know.
Our economy's shattered. Our border has been erased. We're a nation in decline. Make the American dream affordable again. Make America safe again. Make America great again." It was his first post since his infamous mugshot. So why post on X now? Well, maybe it has something to do with his big conversation with Elon Musk tonight, which was supposed to start at the top of this hour. But there were major tech issues with users reporting that they could not get into the X Spaces page.
Yeah.
Musk says that they suffered a massive cyber attack meant to overwhelm the site's servers.
Apologies for the late start. We unfortunately had a massive distributed denial of service attack against our servers.
Elon Musk, you got to read what he's saying. Massive distributed denial of service attack. Right? Denial of service attack against our servers. Interesting. Right? I don't know what it means, but I know he knows what it means.
Our servers. As this massive attack illustrates, there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say.
Imagine that, right? You can't do this, man. We gotta smear Trump. We gotta make it. We gotta turn it into a conspiracy, right? Hack them before Musk figures it out.
Tommy Lahren is an Outkick.com host.
I'm gonna get my blonde wig, right? In the age of Trump, everybody has a blonde wig or blonde hair. Right? I already have the hair. I just need to dye. I'll dye my hair blonde so I can fit in.
Tommy, this was a DDoS attack.
We're all blondes, right? All three of us are blondes.
That up, and what that means is essentially like crowding the entryway to a shop. A lot of weird stuff going on between that and the Iran hack attempts of actually both the Biden and Trump campaign, according to New Wall Street Journal reporting.
Hack. Now they'll say it was the Russians. It was the fucking Iranians. Elon Musk confirms a hack, and it's probably the government doing it. Right? So the government will turn around and blame Iran. Right? I guarantee you in the next 2 days, the CIA is going to come out with a report saying Iran tried to hack Trump and Musk, and we tried to save them. We tried to make it work. And while we were there, we discovered Iran in the background, hacking and cutting up. And Putin was there too. And we saw Chinese Z. Right? We saw them. They were all there. Kim Jong-un was there too. And they were hacking. They were hacking Trump and Musk so that the American people couldn't hear it. They were trying to invade our elections. That's as stupid as Russia hacked the election, right? It's stupid. Right? But that's what's happening, right? Someone hacks, someone jams the fucking live stream, somebody local, whoever. And they'll turn around when there's nowhere else to run. They'll say Iran did it, watch, or Iraq.
Yeah, we shouldn't be surprised that the powers that be globally wanted to shut down this conversation. We know earlier today the EU issued that letter to Elon Musk, kind of threatening him in a way about violating certain laws in the EU if this conversation were to go awry or to actually put harmful content as they would deem it. So we shouldn't be surprised. Listen, there were some tech issues here, but the important thing is that hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people wanted to listen to this conversation because they wanted to know.
It's in the millions. It's in the millions. It's not hundreds of thousands. It's millions, right? A million just on Trump's little feed there. But like Tim Pool, for example, had 100,000 people watching him while he was listening to that. So it's in the millions and millions of people wanted to hear this thing.
What Donald J. Trump had to say, and I am so glad that he is back on Twitter. Truth Social is a great platform, but
Vandaloo says DDoS is not a hack; it's simply a flooding of the servers. Well, call it whatever you want. That somebody is jamming the servers, right? That's a hack, right? That's if you're referring to hack as stealing information, I see your point. Those would be different. But a hack is a hack is a hack. Well, let's just call it what it is.
the American people need to see him, and they need to hear him, and they need to...
All right, 4 non-blondes. Handle the blondes, all the blondes. Let's listen. This is Elon Musk and his
All right, hello, everyone. My apologies for the late start. We unfortunately had a massive...
Let's want to look at I'll look at the markets first and then come back to that. How's Donald Trump's stock doing? Donald Trump's stock down? Why? He should be going up. Go up, Trump. Trump's stock down 23.87, down 4%, down 5% yesterday. They look like it creeped up in the aftermarket. Coming down, Trump's stock coming down. Everything else looks like it's up. Hold on a second. Hold on. It's like NASDAQ up 223 points. Wow. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 273. S&P 500 up 51. I thought Trump would get more of a bump. His DJT get a bump from the talk last night. It doesn't seem to be so. Trump's stock is down $1 when everything else is up. What do we got? NVIDIA up 4. Google up $1, Apple up 3, Amazon up $1, Meta up 8, Microsoft up 4. What else? Bitcoin up $400 to 5,900, 59,000. Excuse me, 59,000 for Bitcoin was 70,000, down $11,000 per share. Yeah. So Green Day. It's green and it's a day today. So here's more of Trump, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, really.
Distributed denial of service attack against our servers, and saturated all of our data lines. Like basically hundreds of gigabits of data were saturated. We think we've overcome most of that, and so it's now time to proceed. But as this massive attack illustrates, there's a lot of opposition to people just hearing what President Trump has to say, and but I'm honored to have this conversation. I want to emphasize it's a conversation, and it's really intended to just get a feel for what Donald Trump is just like in a conversation. It's hard to catch a vibe about someone if you just don't hear them talk in a normal way. And when there's an adversarial interview, like no one's themselves in an adversarial interview.
Not pleasant. I have to be honest. I said there was blood. I had more blood. I didn't know I had that much blood. The doctors later told me that the ear is a place that is a very bloody place if you're going to get hit. But in this case, it was probably the best alternative you could even think about, because it went at the right angle, and it was a hard hit. It was very, I guess you would say surreal, but it wasn't surreal. You know, I was telling somebody, you have instances like this, or like a lot less than this, where you feel it's a surreal situation, and I never felt that way. I knew immediately that it was a bullet. I knew immediately that it was at the ear.
Yeah.
And because it hit very hard, but hit the ear. And I also heard people shout, bullets, get down,